For the past 2 years, I've eaten the exact same lunch week after week to stay lean. This is me eating it 2 years ago when I still had hair, and this is me eating it now with a lot less hair. See, the thing is, my hair didn't survive, but this recipe did. It's a 500 calorie lunch with over 60 grams of protein, and it's actually delicious and easy to make. And I'm definitely not the only one making. These are recreations of the exact 7 chalupas you're about to make. Get ready, we're about to begin. And we're gonna start with a bang, my all-time favorite chalupa.
These are bust.
There's just something amazing about the elote flavor combination. Spicy, creamy, smoky, all together. And in the form of this chalupa that's only 270 calories, 35 grams of protein, insane. So first we're gonna make our low-cal chili lime sauce. And you're gonna see this combination of Greek yogurt and cottage cheese together as a base for a lot of the sauces in this video. It's honestly one of the biggest cheat codes I've ever found in my macro-friendly recipe career. Blending that combination acts like a crema or a mayo type consistency. And then when you add other things, for example, for this sauce, you add the sriracha that brings the heat and vinegar, the honey which balances it out, and then we have the lime zest, juice, the spices, especially that smoked paprika to make it pop. And now that your sauce is done, add that to the fridge, only 28 calories per serving. Now let's make our air fryer chicken breast the only way you ever will make chicken breast going forward once you make it. Easiest, mindless, perfect every single time chicken breast recipe. I don't really make chicken any other way. Yes, I know you just saw me flatten chicken breast with my fists. It's just more convenient. And not only when you flatten it, it cooks evenly, but also it cooks so much faster. And I pat dry, so now whenever you add your seasoning, it just sticks so much better and the flavor really adheres to the chicken. Now you're gonna add that chicken to the air fryer. Make sure they each have enough room to cook evenly, and you're gonna air fry in 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 9 to 10 minutes. It's perfect every single time. And it's tempting to chop it up right now, but you're gonna pour the rendered juices on top, let it cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. This really locks in the juiciness of the chicken breast. Now you're gonna take 1 bag of frozen corn and you're gonna saute it on 7 out of 10 heat, and then you're gonna wait till the end to season with some sea salt. And now, this elote style pico is the MVP of this recipe. You're going to make it even if you're not making these chalupas. Add your red onion, jalapeno, cilantro, minced garlic, cotija cheese. Highly recommend if you've never tried it. It's so much better than Parmesan. So now you're gonna mix, then you're gonna add your sea salt, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and mix again. This stuff is incredible. Now you're gonna take up your chicken that you let rest for 10 to 15 minutes and you're gonna dice it up and add it to a bowl. Then you're gonna add 1/6 of your chili lime sauce to the chicken. Remember, this stuff is only 28 calories per 2 tablespoons. And this whole video, you're gonna get such a repertoire of sauces that you're gonna be able to put on everything. So mix that all together. Now you're gonna take your low-cal pita, which is gonna be the shell to your chalupa. You're gonna add your part skim mozzarella, 1/4 of your batch of your elote chicken, scoop of elote pico, more mozzarella. The cheese on both sides is gonna help everything stick together. Now you're gonna carefully fold as tightly as you can, kind of tucking it in like a burrito. Then you're gonna press it shut to make sure it stays closed. Should look like this. Now you're gonna spray both sides with cooking spray and you're gonna add to your air fryer. I personally use an avocado oil most times just because it's flavor neutral and it handles high heat really well. Now pro tip, I add a ramekin on top to keep these shut. Air fry these on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 minutes. Once done, they should look nice, crispy, and compact. Now you're gonna open up. I lightly toss the romaine and some of that chili lime sauce. Add it in there, close it up, build your plate. 2 chalupas, only 540 calories, 70 grams of protein. Enjoy, my friends.
I wonder what's in the fridge. Guys, the Chalupa Blueprint. This book is 100% free. First link in the description below. It's all 7 of the chalupa recipes in this video. You have the macros, beautiful picture, recipe video linked. You got all the ingredients, all the directions, all in great detail, all in one place. Let's get back to the video. This whole plate's only 500 calories, 60 grams of protein. Oh, chicken Caesar salad chalupa.
Go. I love Caesar salads, but they're usually a calorie bomb, and it's always from the Caesar salad dressing. And so first up, I'm gonna show you how to make this 29 cal Caesar dressing, and it doesn't have anchovies.
Do you smell it? Anchovy!
Well, kind of. Let me explain. So we start with some Greek yogurt to give the dressing some structure, density. Then we have some olive oil, not a ton of it, but enough to give it that mouthfeel and taste that we want from a Caesar dressing. And then we get to the Worcestershire sauce, which is where we're gonna have some anchovies, but not just straight anchovies. And I like the ingredient because I'm gonna use it for a lot of different recipes instead of just having anchovies in my kitchen just for a Caesar dressing. Anyways, then we have the Dijon mustard. Don't use yellow mustard. It's a completely different taste profile. Juice from 1/2 lemon, 3 cloves minced garlic, and then Parmesan to match that Caesar flavor profile, and a big pinch of kosher salt. You're gonna mix well. It's gonna be super thick to start, and then you're gonna slowly add a little bit of water to thin it out a bit. You want it thick, but not too thick. Now you're just gonna add that to the fridge, and now we're gonna make our chicken breast. You're gonna see a similar process to what we did in the previous video. I beat the absolute hell out of the chicken breast with my fist to flatten it because I'm too lazy to use something else. And then you're gonna pat dry to make sure the seasoning sticks well. And then our seasoning to match with the Caesar flavor profile is gonna be garlic powder, onion powder, salt, black pepper, paprika, and dried parsley. You're gonna season both sides of your chicken breast super well. Always press in the seasoning to help it stick. Now you're gonna grab your air fryer, add your chicken, make sure they are not overlapping or touching. You want these to be able to cook evenly. And one thing that might be overlooked is I spread the tops with avocado oil. It's an extra maybe 1 to 2 grams of fat. And I do this for 2 reasons. It improves the browning of the outside of the chicken, but then it also creates a lipid layer on the outside of the chicken, which locks in the flavor. This method is the perfect way to cook chicken. I'm telling you, if there's anything you take away from this video, just make your chicken this way. You're gonna pour your rendered juices on top, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes before cutting so it locks in the juiciness. And so now we're gonna make our Caesar salad filling. We're gonna put inside of our chalupas. You're gonna chop up your romaine, add to a bowl, and you're gonna add 1/6 of your Caesar dressing. Toss that salad. Remember, we don't want to overly coat the romaine. We just want it to have a light layer so it doesn't get soggy. Now you're gonna slice and dice your chicken breast, add to a bowl. Then you're gonna add 1/6 of your Caesar dressing. We want to coat it well, but not drenched in the sauce. Now you're gonna take your Low Cal pita. You're gonna add 2 cheeses, your mozzarella and your Parmesan, 1/4 of your chicken Caesar dip, another layer of the Parmesan and mozzarella. Whenever I do this, I think it's like the first step of rolling a burrito where I'm tucking with my fingers, but this is so much easier because I just have to press shut. I don't have to close the burrito. Spray both sides with your cooking spray so it gets crispy. Add a ramekin on top to make sure these stay shut. Air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 minutes. Should be nice and crispy. Now you're gonna open up. We're gonna add some more volume to these chalupas. Add your Caesar salad. Add that 29 cal Caesar dressing dipping station. And now you got 2 chicken Caesar salad chalupas. The whole plate is 526 calories, 72 grams of protein. Enjoy, my friends.
This is crazy. One of Mama's viral dip.
This macro-friendly grinder slaw recipe that I've created is beloved. And so today we're throwing it into a chalupa, only 253 calories, 31 grams of protein. So let me show you how to make that grinder slaw. It's gonna start with a base of Greek yogurt and light mayo. This is minimum effective dose mayo, so we can get that flavor without just a bomb of calories. Then we're going with that red wine vinaigrette. This is where that sharp, tangy grinder flavor really comes from. Then 3 cloves of minced garlic. Then we have our seasonings, oregano, red pepper flakes, kosher salt, black pepper. And then 3 sliced pepperoncini peppers. These add that acidity and bite to the grinder slaw. Then you're gonna add your lettuce, but if you are meal prepping, only add the lettuce whenever you're gonna make it. It'll get soggy. Then optional, you can soak your red onions in water. This will take away some of the bite. This recipe already has a lot of bite, so that's up to you. Mix that all together. This grinder slaw is a game changer. Now it's time to build the chalupa. Take your Low Cal pitas. We're gonna use this deli oven roasted chicken breast. The macros are incredible and it actually tastes really good. Not that weird deli meat texture. Add 3 ounces of that per pita. Fold it over. Then you're gonna add your chili garlic paste. Is gonna give it a nice little punch. 8 turkey pepperonis, 2% Colby Jack cheese, Parmesan cheese. And now you're gonna carefully fold these as tight as you can. Remember that burrito example I talked about. Now you're gonna press shut. And if you happen to have a rip in any of your chalupas, it's not that big of a deal. So now add these to the air fryer, spray with your nonstick cooking spray, add a ramekin on top to keep them shut, air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 minutes. Then carefully take off your ramekins. This is easy to forget how hot these are, so make sure to put on a glove. I've learned my lesson burning my hands on these ramekins. Cast iron pans, the worst. Open up, add your grinder slaw, and you're gonna have a lot of the grinder slaw left over, so keep the lettuce out unless you're making a bunch of these. Then close it back up. Dipping station of the leftover grinder dressing. And now you got a whole plate, 2 chalupas, only 506 calories, 62 grams of protein. Enjoy, my friends.
Big Mac Chalupas. Yo, crazy.
Next up on the menu, we have the Big Mac Chalupas. They are about the same size as a Big Mac if we're talking about sheer surface area, but they're only 270 calories, 36 grams of protein. So many layers here and so much to learn from this recipe, so let's get into it. So first I'm gonna show you how to make a 19 calorie Big Mac sauce. That's gonna last all week and you're gonna wanna put it on everything. We're starting with our base of Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, then the sweetness of the ketchup, the bold sharp pop of the Dijon mustard, pickle juice, that's really gonna give it the Big Mac vibe, and then this mixture of nutritional yeast, paprika, sea salt, black pepper. Now you're gonna blend till smooth and add to the fridge, and all these sauces last for about 7 to 10 days. So pro tip when working with 964 lean ground beef, you want to make sure your ground beef is cold before adding to the pan. You want to take it right from the fridge and then form into patties and then cook right away. This is one of a few ways I'm going to show you that helps keep the lean meat from overcooking and drying. And so now you're going to add your 4-ounce 964 burgers to the pan on a 7 out of 10 heat. You want to make sure the pan is already preheated so it starts forming that crust right away. We don't want the burgers to gradually heat up because this is going to make them overcook as well. Now you're going to season with sea salt, garlic powder, yellow mustard. Trust me, the yellow mustard will lock in a lot of the flavor and help the burger stay juicy. So now you want to flip once you get a crust. This is called a Maillard reaction. This is when it's perfectly charred for flavor, but also that crust actually locks in the juices in the burger. And so once you get a crust on that other side, now you're going to chop up your ground beef, and we're going to go with that chopped cheese vibe. You're going to add 14 grams of your 2% Colby Jack cheese to each 4-ounce section, and you're going to have a cover on top to help melt the cheese, but also it helps rehydrate the lean beef. If it did start to dry out a little bit, I would just add a little bit of chicken or beef broth to the pan. Now it's time to build the chalupas. You're going to grab your Low Cal pitas, add your 19 cal Big Mac sauce, chopped cheese, ground beef, and now you're going to carefully fold as tightly as you can. Now you're going to grab your air fryer. You're gonna spray both sides of your chalupas with your nonstick cooking spray. Add a ramekin on top of each of these to keep them shut. Air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 minutes. Once done, don't burn your hands. Carefully take off the ramekins. Open up. Oh my goodness. Now you're gonna add your toppings: Roma tomatoes, red onions, pickles, lettuce. And now you got this whole plate, 2 Big Mac Chalupas, only 540 calories, 70 grams of protein. Enjoy, my friends.
Barbecue chicken chalupa. This whole plate's 500 calories. That is incredible. Oh, this is so good. Hell yeah.
Next up on the menu, we got the barbecue chicken chalupas for all my barbecue chicken fans. I'm a fellow BBQ fan, so I had to make sure I wasn't leaving you hanging. These are bomb. You can eat 2 of these for less than 500 calories, 70 grams of protein. So for this recipe, we're gonna make 2 pounds of chicken breast instead of our normal 1 pound. You're gonna have about a pound of the barbecue chicken dip that we're gonna make left over, so just keep that in mind. You can scale this down if you want. So we just season our chicken breast with the blackened seasoning. It's like an all-purpose seasoning with paprika, pretty standard seasoning. And remember, with any of your chicken going forward, flatten, pat dry, add your seasoning, press in your seasoning, season both sides, then you air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 9 to 10 minutes. Like we've seen throughout this whole video, this is the only way you should be making chicken breast. It's perfect every time. So now we're gonna make our creamy barbecue sauce. You're gonna add your Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, barbecue sauce, blend till smooth, super simple. Now once your chicken is rested for about 10 minutes, you can dice it up and add it to a bowl, and you're gonna combine with your barbecue sauce. Like I said, you're gonna have a lot left over if you're only making 4 chalupas, but you can just treat this as meal prep and you can make more chalupas whenever you wanna have them. So you're gonna take your low cal pita, your 2 cheeses, 1/8 of your batch of barbecue chicken, drizzle of more barbecue sauce, and then your 2 cheeses. You're gonna fold tightly, press shut. It's okay if there's a little rip, it's not gonna bother anything. Now you're gonna grab your air fryer, spray both sides of your chalupa with nonstick cooking spray, add to your air fryer, add a ramekin on top to make sure these stay shut while air frying. Air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 minutes. Once done, like always, make sure not to burn your hands. Use a glove. Ramekins are hot. Should be cheesy, melty, golden goodness. So now you're gonna open up, you're gonna add your toppings. We got Roma tomatoes, red onion, lettuce. Now you get to have both chalupas, only 494 calories, 70 grams of protein. Enjoy, my friends.
Look at the chalupa. Dip it in the sauce. Oh. I could eat 2 of these for less than 500 calories. Oh my god.
Next up on the menu, we have these queso beef chalupas. I would say these are the closest to the Taco Bell chalupas you're gonna find in this video. Each one's only 257 calories, 28 grams of protein, cheesy ground beef in this recipe. The best. Let me show you how to make it. Check back to the Big Mac Chalupa recipe for the lean ground beef protocol for making sure it doesn't dry out. So I'm gonna assume you know all that, but big thing here is you're gonna add your cold ground beef onto your pan. Make sure it's preheated on a 7 out of 10 heat. So once you get a nice crust, you're gonna flip, let it cook on that side for a minute or 2, and then you're gonna chop up into smaller pieces. Now turn your pan on a 3 out of 10 heat, and you're gonna add 1 packet of your taco seasoning, mix that all together. So now G-code, you're gonna add a little bit of chicken broth back to the pan to add some juiciness back to the ground beef. Now you're gonna turn your pan off. You're gonna add 2 Laughing Cow cheese wedges. They are the GOAT. I highly recommend anybody should have them in their kitchen. And then also a low-fat queso. This is around the macros you're looking for a low-fat queso. 3 fat, 4 carb, 1 protein. Then you're gonna add your nutritional yeast, MVP ingredient. I use it all the time. Gives a cheesy flavor, non-dairy, high protein. Now you're gonna mix everything together, and with my spatula, I am purposefully trying to break up the Laughing Cow cheese wedges, and you'll know it's ready when you have a consistency that looks like this. It's incredible. Now you're gonna take your low carb pita, add your 2% Mexican cheese, black beans, 1/5 of your queso beef, more Mexican cheese. Now you're gonna fold tightly, press shut, should look nice and compact. Now you guys know the protocol. You're gonna spray both sides with cooking spray, add to your air fryer, add your ramekins on top, air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 minutes. And once done, carefully take off the ramekins, don't burn your hands. They should look nice and crispy. Then you're gonna open it up to unveil the cheesy ground beef goodness. Now you're gonna add your toppings, some Roma tomatoes, Taco Bell sauce, which is an MVP ingredient to have in your kitchen, lettuce. And now you have 2 queso beef chalupas, whole plate, only 514 calories, 56 grams of protein. Enjoy, my friends.
Oh my gosh. Buffalo chicken chalupa. Unreal.
And so last but definitely not least, we have the buffalo chicken chalupas. I would say this is the most recreated version of the chalupas. Only 247 calories, 35 grams of protein per chalupa. So now we're gonna make another batch of our 2 pounds of chicken breast. We're only gonna use about 1 pound of it in this recipe. So you'll have a lot of the buffalo chicken dip left over, which isn't a bad thing. And you're gonna learn a cheat code right now of ranch dip seasoning as seasoning for chicken. It's incredible. So you're just gonna season both sides with your ranch dip seasoning, add to your air fryer, spray with nonstick cooking spray, air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit Fahrenheit for 9 to 10 minutes. The outside crust that this gets every time, while still being so juicy, is the best. And like always, make sure to let your chicken sit for 10 to 15 minutes before cutting into pieces. Now we're gonna make our creamy buffalo chicken sauce. You're gonna add to your blender your plain non-fat Greek yogurt, 2% cottage cheese, Frank's Red Hot Buffalo sauce. Be careful not to use other brands because they are super high calorie, and nutritional yeast to give it that cheesy flavor without extra calories. Now you're gonna blend till smooth. Add your 2 pounds of diced chicken to a bowl. Add all of your creamy buffalo sauce, and you're just gonna mix till combined. This buffalo chicken dip is the best. And like I said, you're gonna have a lot of this buffalo chicken dip mixture left over, so I would say just store in the fridge. It's good for about 4 to 5 days after, probably longer, but I don't want the liability. So now it's time to build our buffalo chicken chalupas. You're gonna take your low carb pita, parts of mozzarella, 2% Colby Jack cheese, buffalo chicken, more mozzarella, more Colby Jack cheese. Fold tightly, press shut. You guys know the drill. Should look like this. Now you're gonna spray both sides with your cooking spray. I use avocado oil. It's the best for air frying. Now add your ramekins on top to keep them shut. Air fry on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 minutes. Then once done, carefully take off your ramekins. Open up. The buffalo chicken reveal is just insane on this one. Now add your toppings. I kept it really simple. I went Roma tomatoes, some fresh shredded romaine. Fold shut. Add your low cal ranch. And now you have this whole plate, 2 buffalo chicken chalupas, only 494 calories, 70 grams of protein. Enjoy, my friends.
That is gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you realize that chalupas are a cheat code, and you have 7 new recipes in this free recipe book that you can get. First link in the description below. You should go get it because it just makes making these so much easier. Oh, hold on. I need to grab something real quick. 1 second. I have another video you should watch if you want to know why my air fryer's replaced my oven. Like, it legitimately has. And if you want to see how I use this on a daily basis, 8 different recipes, I'm gonna link this video right here. You should definitely go watch it. Love you, brother. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.